We've got this story from Politico. State Department revokes visas over Kirk criticism. The department did not identify the visa holders by name or specify what type of visas were revoked, but we do have some information. Some of them, I believe, were student visas. 6 were revoked because they celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now, take a look at the second line from Politico. The move has drawn criticism from free speech advocates. Take a look at how the media describes these people.
Yeah.
Free speech advocates.
As if they've ever been free speech advocates on literally anything else their entire lives.
They are not free speech advocates. They are illegal immigration advocate leftists who will lie, cheat, and steal to destroy this country. Yep. These same people on X who are claiming it's a violation of free speech celebrated the banning of Alex Jones and every conservative all day and night. And this is the game they play. They adopt free speech when it's a power they want.
Yes.
Yeah.
So going back to what we were talking about in the previous segment, the high priests of the left and the liberal base literally do not care about what is or is not legitimate. They only care what they will get away with.
Agreed.
If we are going to stand back and accept every argument they make, we will find ourselves in gulags by authoritarians.
Agreed.
There comes a point when a conversation has to be had about how you defend your way of life. Right now, we, the people of this country, duly elected Donald Trump and have empowered ICE, DHS to begin deporting illegal immigrants.
Agreed.
California has declared a state of emergency over this. Zoran Mamdani said he will protect his people, illegal immigrants, from us.
Yep.
They have told us in no uncertain terms they are an entirely separate nation. They're the multicultural democracy of America. We are the constitutional republic of America. In that regard, I have no concern whatsoever over the laws of a foreign nation. The UK, a UK chief of police said he was going to extradite Americans, and we all laughed, didn't we?
Yeah.
So when the king of Tajikapopoulos says it's illegal to arrest somebody who committed a crime, we laugh and say, who are you? When these judges and these leftists lie, cheat, and steal and try to exert illegitimate authority, the problem we face right now is that Donald Trump is going, I guess that clown over there who's honking his horn must be right. The clown warrant is a real warrant. And then Trump backs off.
Look, this is Karl Popper's paradox of tolerance. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we're dealing with right now. Our system only works when everybody agrees on how the system works.
Yes.
When people refuse to engage in the system in an honest way, then they're trying to circumvent the system, trying to use things like the freedom of speech or what have you against people that are coming to the debate or argument with an honest perspective. Then the system breaks down.
Agreed.
And so at what point do you say we no longer tolerate this stuff? And if they're using the government to just arrest their political opponents, that's the time when you say we can't tolerate this anymore. And we're not talking about something in the future. This is what they've already done in the past.
Here is the wall. Here's the wall. Here is the line. Here's what we are facing. Democrat-aligned judges are issuing orders that are unconstitutional. Donald Trump is saying rats. Guess I have to abide by it. Why must our side listen to unconstitutional edict and not act? This is the crazy thing. There's a few different, there's a tilt to this, right? You could have on the left and the right constitutional orders, constitutional actions, and we all say, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Then you go like this. This is where we currently are at. It is unconstitutional on the left, and the right is abiding by it. It could be the other way. Trump acts unconstitutionally, and the left says, oh, dear, help us. Mm-hmm. What is happening right now is Trump isn't even acting within the scope of his constitutional powers.
Right.
That's right.
We will lose.
We're going to get our butts handed to us, and I agree with you. You and I are on the exact same page here. Right up to the Dominion voting machines, we need to start acting.
Well, I don't
we
think
need
we're
to
on a
start
different page on the
fighting.
voting machines.
Well, maybe not. But in terms of what's going on, we've got to step this up big time. We need to leverage every single thing that the left has used against us, turn it back around and smack them with it. 100%. They've set the precedent. We have the authority. Listen, it's the LA story that we had at the beginning of the show, right? Those guys broke the law. Arrest the whole darn government. Arrest them all. Put them in jail. You know what? You guys want to riot over it? Guess what? We're going to put the rioters in jail too. Amen. If we have to make bigger prisons, you're all going to jail. It doesn't matter.
I firmly believe that so again, LA declaring a state of emergency over real law enforcement, like
Insane.
shows that there's no path forward. If Trump goes into LA and says, we are assuming control, we are declaring an insurrection, you will have a civil war overnight.
But we're going to have it anyways, right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they steal another election, if whatever happens, if the Democrats come back like you're saying, do you think that I'm going to go to a prison camp peacefully? I got news for you, brother. I'm standing. And that's the way it's going to be. So we're at a point now, and this is a terrifying moment in American history. And I don't say this lightly. We are at a point now where we have to decide whether we are going to follow the law, follow the Constitution, follow what we think, what Charlie Kirk spoke about. If we're going to be the nation he dreamed we could be, or if we're going to let it all go to the toilet because we don't have the gonads to speak up, to put people in jail because they might be mad, they might protest, they might, good. You know what? Bring it. I want to know who we need to put in jail because let's put them all there.
I got a quote for you guys. Oh, it were better to be a poor fisherman than to meddle with the government of men. Danton.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. So
the fish put you on trial on trumped up charges. And they go, that kind of bait is not regulation, as a matter of fact.
you were oppressing our people. Over the past couple of weeks, I mentioned this earlier, the escalation has been so psychotic.
It is.
The police cruiser blown up in Boston, a roving band of just barbarians running around. I'm like, geez. We've had 3 or 4 terror attacks on ICE. We've had DHS get attacked on the streets of Chicago. 3 times their vehicles were rammed. Numerous instances where bystanders attacked federal officers to aid and abet illegal immigrants. The cities, the governors, the judges rejecting the constitutional authority of the duly elected federal government. It is more clear than ever that confidence of the American people is bifurcated. What is government? It is confidence. The belief that there is an authority structure above you must abide by. Half the country no longer feels that there's any legitimate authority of Donald Trump or the federal government. This is only going to get worse as the younger generation gets older and gains access to the seats of power and our infrastructure. If we are to respond now, and Trump says, I don't care what some judge rules, that's unconstitutional, I can deploy the National Guard under the protective principle. Democrats will then say Trump has gone rogue. In fact, they're saying it anyway. After a bunch of rocks were thrown at federal law enforcement and they launched tear gas, ABC7 Chicago said federal law enforcement are now defying court orders and tear gassing people in Chicago. Liberals don't care what is fair, what is true. They care about winning by any means necessary. The reaction then from Trump is going to be, we got to send in the troops, right? That's already what he's trying to do. In Portland, in California, he's already done it in California. The reaction is a state of emergency. The government is going to line up against the state governments will line up against the federal government. We've seen now in Portland and in Illinois reports that the mayors, and I'm not sure in Illinois if it's the mayor or the governor, but in Portland, I believe it was the police were instructed to start gathering evidence against federal law enforcement for criminal charges. In California, Gavin Newsom passed a law that says as of January 1st, 26, federal law enforcement must remove all their masks. Otherwise, it's a misdemeanor charge. Many people said Newsom will never enforce this law against these police, which is an absurdity considering they already arrested Trump's lawyers.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to stop these people. So then the point you made, which I don't disagree with, that's on the table. Trump going in Reconstruction era political style, occupying city and state government and saying, we are in control now by force. We are going to reform your electoral process and fix this insurrection, in which case, civil war.
Well, maybe. I mean, I think we've got to be very careful doing that. It's a huge, huge risk, right? I mean, because you're right. We got some crazy, crazy people, and it has to be done by the letter of the law. This is why I think that it's so critical that we're careful in how we do this, but that we leverage everything we've got. The problem I'm seeing is when I look at this as an attorney, I see so much that's being left on the table. There's so many opportunities. You know, one of the things that we can do is we talk about, and Trump is doing a lot of stuff, right? Cutting off money. The USAID thing was huge, but it wasn't just USAID that's funding this. We have to cut the money off from the billionaire crowd that's funding this, the foreign nation crowd that's funding this, all the different groups. I mean, we got the CCP all over this country. We got so much foreign influence from all these different places. Listen, America first means something. We got to get rid of these foreign nations that are influencing things for their own good. We've got to get rid of the corruption from top down. And the billionaire elitists need to quit getting invites to the White House. They need to be investigated if they're doing something wrong. We can celebrate the guys who are billionaires that are good and doing good things. That's fine. Being rich doesn't make you bad. But we really have to start pulling out all the stops. And this is my frustration and why I talk about DOJ. There's a lot of things that could be being done. We're not doing them. We're coming up on midterms. And if we don't see some people in jail, if we don't see some big people, if we don't see real accountability, we're going to lose this.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.